Welcome to the Backwoods Life podcast with Michael Lee. With over 20 plus years in the outdoor industry, I've got some of the craziest stories to tell, and you never know what's going to come next. Thank y'all for listening. Let's get right to it.
Mother Nature will, it's the thrill, it's the skill, it's the rush, it's the dust and grind. Living the backwoods life.
Now we're live. Backwoods Life podcast 113. That's a lot of episodes, Kevin.
It's more than 112.
Well, we got Captain Obvious in the podcast today, so that was a good one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Stayed up all night thinking of that one, huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to the podcast. Put a missing persons report out and finally found Kevin 2 years later. So here he is.
Well, I was hiding in Florida in plain sight.
Yeah. Well, actually, nobody was looking for you, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
It's very difficult to find something you ain't looking for.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. But wherever you're at, there you are. Simple as that. Dramatic pause.
I heard you say wherever you are, and then you froze up completely.
I didn't freeze up. You actually froze up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're recording this beautiful podcast via Zoom, so you never know. With Kevin's Florida Wi-Fi, it may just stop.
Yeah, the wonderful technology here in the big town of Brantford, Florida is not always the best.
They still use dial-up by hand crank internet.
Yeah, if the phone rings, like the four neighbors all at the same time, answer it and see who it's for.
And then they just pick up the phone and go, "Hey, who's on here? Cool. Connect me to wherever." Like Andy Griffith's show.
Yeah, Elizabeth, connect me over to Michael. I need to talk to him and do a podcast.
It was Sarah on Andy Griffith. I remember that part. My dad made me watch all those growing up, so I do remember. Yep. Until it went into color, and then he kind of like, nah, it's not as good when Andy Griffith in color.
Well, after it got in color, Barney left the show for a while, so
yeah, it's no fun.
Made it even worse. It ain't the same show without Barney.
Nope, not at all. Speaking of Barney, turkey season came in a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it definitely did. And some of what we have seen so far has been a Barney Fife comedy, I think.
It has been. So we all of us, Kevin and I and Kevin's kids and dad and my dad and my kid, whatever. We all started opening day in Florida this past Saturday, week before that. So we've had 2 weekends. I guess we're almost 2 weeks deep into turkey season, I guess, overall in Florida and Georgia. We're almost 1 week deep. So simple math on that is turkey season started and here we are. But we kicked things off. Kevin's down in Florida on a little piece of property with his actually let's back it up one more week because we had youth weekend in Florida, which was a Saturday and a Sunday, right?
Well, it actually I didn't know.
I forgot it was a Friday this year, wasn't it?
This year they started it on Friday, and I had no idea. And my kids were out of school and everything. We could have been turkey hunting and didn't know. It's always been Saturday and Sunday, and this year they made it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Ignorance is not an excuse, Kevin.
And I had no idea. Well, also ignorance would not have been an excuse had I been hunting when you wasn't supposed to. So
right, that's what I'm saying. Either way, it works either way. Double-sided coin.
But we did manage to get out on the weekend, though, and half of my crew succeeded in their venture because Kyler called in his first. I can't say it's his first because him and my dad called in one another time, but I think my dad was helping on the calling last time, and this time Dad said, "Kyler, it's all you. I ain't touching a call. You got to do it all by yourself," and they made it happen.
Well, good. Now you can be like down the road. You can do like me and Big Mike hunting together. He just sits there with the gun and I call. He's like, "All right, you do your thing. Call me in a turkey. I'm going to shoot it."
Yeah. Right now, I got a lot of people that I do that for. I'm waiting on them to do that for me. We'll see if it happens.
Yeah. Good luck. Yeah. So Kyler kicked off turkey season for us. Basically, shot one that Sunday morning down there in Florida of youth season, and probably one of the most vicious turkey shots ever.
At 17 yards, TSS out of a Jeb's choke is an extremely tight pattern.
It starched him pretty good. He shot him so hard he never stopped strutting.
Yeah, do you see in the video he rolls over backwards and his tail is still full fanned out?
Yeah, nice. So at least we know somebody in the family got their turkey shots down. I don't think he's ever messed up a turkey shot before, has he?
I can't think of one if he has.
Yeah.
I think he missed a Jake one time or something that came running in there and he decided he was going to shoot, but I don't think that counts.
Yeah, it does count, but I think he was probably 2 years old then. So he's been shooting turkey since he could breathe.
And usually does pretty good. We put a red dot on the shotguns he hunts with, and that seems to be money for him.
Yeah. So he, anyway, Kyler gets it done. That kicks off turkey season for us, youth season. Then the next weekend, I think that was March the 18th or something like that. I think what it was, something like that. No, 20.
That would have been the 21st.
21st, that's right. I knew it was St. Patrick's Day week. So anyway, then we go down to Florida. Dad and I go down with Jeremy Noble with Extreme Osceolas every opening weekend, and we kicked that off. And it was pretty tough that opening morning. Like there was not a lot of gobbling going on, which was crazy. I don't know. It got kind of chilly down there. It was, 45, 50 degrees or whatever. And beautiful weather to me for turkey hunting, but they just didn't want to talk much. And finally about, we had bird gobble here and there throughout the morning, but finally we just kept sitting it out. We actually going to move. We're out there picking up decoys, and one gobbled a couple hundred yards from us. So we just sat back down. And about an hour later, the wind was blowing a little bit. The wind calmed down. I said, man, now sounds like a good time to call. Owen was filming. He said, yeah, I think we should. So I called, yelped a few times, nothing. Then I cut real hard and bam, one gobbled. I mean, like one of those, he's right there. Just can't see him. Then you can hear the, mm-hmm. And so when you hear that and spitting and drumming, one's really close. And you're just like, all right, we just can't see him yet. Then this dude walks out down the road and just struts hard as he can all the way to the decoy. And again, another 17-yard shot. He didn't make any more flops after that. Boom, hit him. He just kind of laid there stiff. Did the little bicycle ride, and that was it.
I was not there to see it in person, but I have looked at that footage all week this week, and I feel like I was sitting there with you.
It was what's crazy is, that's the third turkey I've killed in that exact same spot. It's just an intersection in the pines where 4 roads come together in this little clear area. And they just like to walk and strut down that road and go through that spot. And man, I told Jeremy, I said, dude, I can sit here all day. I'll kill a turkey here before dark. That was my attitude. I was like, I'll sit in this spot right here all day in this chair until one comes in. It's going to happen. And sure enough, we just sped it up, calling one in. And if I'd have hit that turkey probably 2 more inches to the right, I would not believe he would have had a head left. I think the wad of the shot hit him in the back and it just destroyed his back feathers and everything. It's pretty rough. As it was in the video, I think you even said in the video, we could have made a pillow out of the feathers because there's so many feathers flying in the air. And that's crazy with it at that distance that, I don't know. So he was a good bird. I don't remember. He had 9-10 inch beard and a little over an inch and a inch and a quarter spurs or inch and 1/8, something like that. So, good. Well, that same morning that you were doing that, Kyler and I were headed to a baseball tournament, and my dad recruited my mom, who has never turkey hunted a day in her life, to go run the camera for him to turkey hunt. And they had gobblers on the roost gobbling like crazy, but had some jakes come through, and then nothing else ever gobbled, and it was a slow morning after that. But yeah. Well, after we got that one done, went back to the truck, took some pictures, all that fun stuff. Jeremy was like, let's go to one more spot. And I was like, whatever, dude, I'm with you. And we just rode around this farm to another little spot. And he said, I got a spot back in the woods right here. I got a blind set up, but we'll just try to ease in here and call for 30 minutes. And we're walking down a little woods road and easing around the corner. And Owen says something, and we look around, and there's a gobbler standing out there less than 100 yards from us, just in the oaks. There's a cattle fence that runs down through there. And there's a road goes down the edge of the fence, and that turkey was just walking down the road. So we squatted down, crawled back about 20, 30 yards, just got in this big old pile of briars and set up. That's when my turkey vest comes in real handy, by the way, with my built-in chair. So anybody that thinks they got to have these big, fluffy turkey vests with no back support, you'd hated life right there for a little while. But sat down there, and Owen gets over my shoulder and called one time, and the bird hammered as soon as I called, and I was like, all right, well, he knows we're here. And then I gave him probably, 30 seconds, and I called again, and he cut me off, then double gobbled, and I was like, oh, here we go. Next thing I know, he's gobbling on his own, strutting around till he saw the decoys, and had 2 hen decoys out there, and he strutted all the way into, 30 yards, and we cut at him, made him gobble a couple times, and last time he gobbled, that old KFI went boom.
That's what it's supposed to do right there, though. You know what? You get one gobbled mid or late in the morning like that, that's how they're supposed to operate.
Exactly. And actually, I heard it, but I didn't think about it. When he gobbles once in time in that video before I shoot, of course, and there's another bird that gobbles. He gobbles and another bird gobbles. So there was another one even coming. So I probably had a 20-inch beard and 4-inch spurs, but he didn't come in first. So
based on what I saw in that footage, the one you shot could have had a 20-inch beard, and you wouldn't know it because you shot most of it off.
Well, when I just shot him, I just wanted to shoot him when he gobbled, and that's just part of it. I aimed for the throat and shot him in the throat, and guess some of that beard got clipped off, and it is what it is, dude. Everybody got all bent out of shape. Man, you shot his beard. I'm like, and I've done that on video before. I've shot several turkey beards, not on purpose. It's just the way it happens. But it's like, okay, yeah, I get it, but we still got spurs, and we got the most important thing, turkey meat. You got plenty of turkey beards. Yeah, I just stick what's left of the beard in an old shell, glue it in there, and throw it in the jar with the rest of them. That's just, it's fun, and I'm proud of it, but who cares, dude? All these people hate on Facebook. They'll see us we'll post some videos, and a turkey head's not a big target to aim at. And it's really hard to dead center one. You got a little adrenaline pumping, and it's not like you're sitting on a bench rest trying to shoot a shotgun. Good Lord knows you're shooting a shotgun with a pattern that can be the size of a golf ball or a pie plate, depending on how far it is. So, and you're going to get flyers, and you're going to hit beards, you're going to hit feathers, and all these people that, oh, you shot that one, good luck eating that. Well, last time I checked, I don't eat the back of a turkey. I don't eat the neck and the head. I eat the breast. And if you can eat the legs if you want to, but they taste like tires. They're rough.
That first one you talking about, Kyler killing, he shot him as square in the head as you could shoot one. And I still found a whole bunch of pellets. It looked like it traveled under the skin. Mm-hmm. It was all around that turkey. It wasn't in the meat per se, but it was, It was crazy how the pellets traveled underneath the skin of that turkey.
Well, and that's the thing, dude. I have shot turkeys. Even the first one we're just talking about down there in Florida. When I shot, I had one flyer BB or whatever. It hit the beard and knocked some strands off of it, and that pattern was super tight at 17 yards. It just happens.
Yep.
Anyway, but people especially on Facebook, they know everything. So we don't know anything. We're not even the ones there. We don't even know what happened. We didn't even clean the turkey. Morons. I swear. That's probably why we're in Facebook timeout right now, because of that video I made calling people out for being morons on Facebook. So that's what it is.
Somebody else yesterday called me. Do you know much about Facebook? Well, a little bit. What you trying to do? I think I'm in jail again. They done put me in a restricted, so they won't recommend me to anybody.
Oh, dude, that's a whole thing going on with all hunting pages right now. It's not just, they're not targeting. It's literally anything with hunting content on is getting that recommendation flag right now. I get people left and right are like, man, what happened? And I'm like, good luck. I mean, we're fixing ours. I hope they fix it today. Last update I got, but I've helped a few people get theirs fixed. I've fixed a couple pages, and I mean, they fix it and it comes back, and then you fix it again, it comes back. You fix it again, it comes back. But hopefully, with at least the support team we got, they're talking directly to Facebook. So hopefully, when ours gets fixed, it's like, okay, well, let's make sure that doesn't happen again. But you never know, dude. But again, it's all hunting pages.
Well, that's it. He said it's an outfitter, and he said I hadn't posted on my page in a long time, and I posted some pictures of turkeys my hunters killed, and I said, you had shotguns in it? Yep, sure enough. It don't take much.
Well, it just depends on. I mean, it's AI stuff, man. That's exactly what it is. It's AI until somebody manually reviews your page and gets that cleared, and basically, I don't know how they fix it, but they do. Good luck. And I've tried to help some people, but some people don't want to listen either. So I'm like, hey, man, this is what you need to do. Well, man, my page ain't like that. I'm like, I don't care about your page right now. You just need to get this flag fixed. So It's not a violation. It's just a recommendation flag, and it kills your reach. So anyway, not to derail our whole turkey hunting talk here on Facebook. Dump it. There you go. So, but anyway, then we got Florida. I got my 2 by lunchtime in Florida, and it was Big Mike's turn, and he was wrapped up with jakes. Everywhere we went, he was like, there's a pack of 10 jakes following him around. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? I guess you're just supposed to shoot a jake. I tried to rant. Yeah, get one of them super jakes. This is a 5-inch beard, kill him. But he wouldn't do it. I don't blame him. I wouldn't either. But finally, that Sunday afternoon, we got one fired up and gobbling. And that joker, it's crazy to me how a turkey that sounds like he's 4 miles away when he first gobbles, and then the last time he gobbles, he's about 30 yards from you, but he's coming to your boots where you called from. And I mean, literally that turkey, I could have picked up a rock and just thrown and hit him in the wing full strut from, I don't know, he was 10 feet from me. I'm just sitting back there against a tree. Dad's in the blind with Owen videoing, and the turkey's straight behind them. And then he kind of skirts around to the left side. Actually, the turkey almost walked and touched the blind to go out into the food plot they were hunting on. But then he didn't he didn't have enough room to go between the blind and the tree. So then he went around the tree. And then he got shot.
He's ruffling his feathers in a tight spot.
Yeah, and then he got shot in the head, and he was just fixing to charge into the decoys, and Dad's like, "Owen, you on it? Can you see him?" He said, "Yeah." Bam. I was like, "Dang it, dude! This turkey was fixing to put on a show." I was ready to kill one. I'm like, "Yeah, I get it," but he wasn't going to go anywhere. Which I don't know. He's shooting at 410. You never know. He might get away.
A lot of times he got that twice barrel, and he gives the first one a warning shot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I think he said and heck, that's what happened in Georgia. The one he killed the other day with me. He missed on the first shot and shot the joker flying even further than the first shot was. I mean, I'm not saying it's not hard to kill one flying, a turkey flying, but you're not supposed to have to. But anyway,
he's had to shoot probably more flying turkeys than anybody I know that's a turkey hunter.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. More than anybody needs to. But anyway, that he got that first one, and then he went the next morning with Jeremy and his little boy, and they doubled up, and of course it was a cluster as well. The little boy Jeremy told him, Rylan, he said, "Hey, let Mr. Mike shoot first." And then next word, Jeremy said, "Okay, kill him." And then Rylan shoots first. Kills his turkey, and then Dad's like, "Oh crap!" And then the other one's trying to run off, and he shoots and misses him, and then he starts flying and he shoots and kills him. So I'm like, "Dad, from now on, we're just going to flush these things up, and you can shoot them. Shoot all your turkeys flying." They're a lot easier to hit standing still to me.
Me too.
But I guess he wants a challenge. 410 flying. So then that finished up Florida. Both tagged out there. Came back here. Turkey season started this past Saturday in Georgia, and it was tough to say the least. In Georgia, I know Florida was different. We'll get to that in just a second. But we hunted at the farm all day Saturday and all day Sunday. I did not hear a turkey gobble one time anywhere.
Wow.
It was cloudy, windy, and cool, and I think that was part of it. But
and that's a spot that 100%. Those turkeys that were there.
Yeah,
they just wasn't talking.
They were turkeys there. No, I don't even know if they could hear us with the wind sometimes. Even if they could, they just were locked up. But that Saturday morning of opener, we set up in one spot and nothing happened. Then we moved to another spot, and we're in some pines we had burned off and just sat there. And I said, well, we'll sit here for a few hours and see what happens. And we've been there about an hour. I've been calling some, left, on and off every 15 minutes or whatever, and looked up. Just we're all sitting there looking at our phones. I look up and go, oh, there's a gobbler. Just came in quiet with 2 jakes and a hen, and there we go. I mean, he didn't do anything, didn't like the decoy. He just kind of stood there, stuck his head up. 53 yards, I think is what it was, and old KFI put him down the hill. So he actually flopped farther than the shot.
They're supposed to read the script, though, and come in there and put on a show and attack the decoy and show out.
Well, the jakes were about to do that. You can see on the video, they walk past the gobbler, but then they're coming. I mean, their heads are colored up, coming right to the decoy. And he just stood down there. With the hen was kind of down the hill, and I think he just didn't want to leave that hen. And I was like, well, sorry, old boy, he didn't do the thing, but I'm going to put you in the freezer anyway. So did that.
Still got to pay the price.
Yep, 100%. But a little bit before that, y'all got Western in Florida.
We did right off the roost. When we got in the blind, me, my little girl Austin, and my dad. As soon as we sat down, there were 3 gobblers roosted right out in front of us, and they flew down probably 150 yards in front, came straight to the decoys, and it took me a few minutes to get Dad and Austin both all situated and ready to shoot and clear shots, but they both shot one, and Dad got to hop out of the blind, and he was going to run out there and step on the one Austin and killed to make sure he didn't get away. And I looked up, and the 3rd gobbler still standing there pecking at him. So I said, hold up, let's just stop the presses just a minute and hand me that KFI. I got a little something to do here.
Mm-hmm. So there's 3 gobblers right there that won't ever gobble again.
Yep.
So that got our body count up to let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gobblers through lunchtime on that Saturday. And then we decided to shift gears, left the farm, went over to Alamo, our lease, and Sunday afternoon, wind was crazy, blowing crazy hard. Saw one gobbler and he would do nothing. Like I would call to him and he would just stand there and look for like an hour. I'm like, well, this is dumb. So sick with that. Went back, got up the next morning, went to another spot, sat up, and a spot we had a couple cameras out, so we knew the bird was in the area. And again, like on the roost early, I think me and Maya heard a gut bird gobble one time, but there wasn't a whole lot to it. And then as the morning got later, it was dead calm too, a little cloudy. I started calling, and a bird would gobble, and like, dadgum, that's a long ways off. And heck, we kept at it, and next thing I know, Jordan, our camera guy, he was like, man, they're behind us. And I was like, no, dude, there's no way. There's no way they're behind us. And kept calling them what it was. They were on the next hill across from us, and it was making the echo go behind us. And they were, Dad and Jordan both. I was like, man, they're behind us. I said, no, I'm telling you, them turkeys is in front of us. And sure enough, the last time they gobbled, I said, they are right there, fixing to walk out of the pines. And then here comes 8 jakes and 2 gobblers. The gobblers are spread out, so one's leading the pack, and then the other one's in the back. And anyway, that gobbler comes in to the decoy, and we're on a little bit of a downhill from the turkey, so they're above us. And we got these little hub blinds in front of us, and we're not hidden by anything else. And I was like, y'all cannot move because they're going to see us. And sure enough, they saw between Dad getting his gun up and Jordan may move with the camera a little bit or whatever. And I firmly believe turkeys can see the lenses on the camera, the front of the cameras. I think they can even see when you move the objective in there, and you can see the internal movements of those big lenses. I mean, we can see them. But a turkey's vision,
it looks like a big eyeball in there, just stuff moving around. So I agree with you.
So I think, they may could see some of that. And anyway, Jordan had a ghillie suit on. He was hidden as much as he could be and still, video. But anyway, long story short, the first one got in there. I heard a Jake putt one time, and I said, hey man, Dad told Dad, I said, you need to kill him if you're going to kill one, because they ain't liking something. And anyway, shoots and misses. Turkey flies. He shoots and kills him. So dropped him. Got that done. Checked that off the box. Glad to know we got some jakes for the future over there. That's good. And one gobbler that we're probably never going to kill because he's going to be so educated. I think that was one that was running around there last year with the one Kyler killed. I mean, he's a stud.
He's watched some friends flop before.
Yeah, and actually, when Dad missed, he shot in between all of the turkeys, and the ground blew up on the little hill slope. Literally, the jakes were to the left, the one he killed standing, the big ones in the back, kind of to the right, and as they make a little triangle, and the ground explodes in the middle of all that. And I'm like, this is great. These turkeys are going to be just gone. So anyway, maybe hopefully they'll get over it, quick. But
I think maybe Big Mike is just like the ultimate sportsman. Like he has to make sure that they have a fair chance to get away.
I don't know what he's doing. I told him to shoot his second shot first. That's what I told him. Close an eye, whatever you got. Close both eyes. I don't care. Try something different. But
maybe that first barrel's bent or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't see how, but yeah. Sure. That's what Jordan said. You think one of his barrels bent? I said, dude, it's over and under. I don't know. And Dad's like, yeah, whenever I miss them, I usually miss them left. I said, well, aim to the right.
At least cheat it a little bit.
Do something, man. Like when aim at his beak. Aim at the tip of his beak. Try that one. See how it works. But anyway, he got that bird. It's a good bird, too. Good spurs. Thick beard, which you know how over there, usually we don't kill them with good spurs. They kind of spurs have gotten smaller, but the beards are pretty thick. So that was good to see. Good spurs. And so we go back by our camp over there, put that bird up, and I said, let's run down here to this gas line. And I got a picture of a bird that morning and decided I'd go give him a try. We'll call for a little while and see what happens. And I go down there, walk out on the gas line, look down there about 600 yards. There's one full strut with a hen, and that joker's coming towards us, and he goes in a dip I can't see him. So we ease forward, and the closest dip I looked down there was one full strut. I was like, oh, crap. So we hit the ground. Turkey hadn't seen us or anything, so got a food plot right there, and I'm crawling up. This got a little rise, so I'm crawling there and looking, and I can see him. I start calling, he starts working towards me. Then the more I called, the other birds start gobbling, and he's gobbling, and so now the two gobblers going together, like they're going towards each other. I don't know if it's I don't know. It was the weirdest thing I've seen. I mean, I know they'll do that, but with me calling them in one spot and they're both answering me, and then the other bird goes to the farther bird instead of coming to me first. And I don't know what they're doing. It was just weird.
Well, he had fighting on his list before he got to the loving part. So
I guess so.
He had to go beat up his buddy.
I guess so. And sure enough, there are a few minutes, and this bird that I'm trying, the closer one, he goes down there and he starts strutting, and then a hen comes over the hill, and then that other gobbler's behind him, and then all of them start coming to me. Somehow in all that chaos, Dad crawled up behind me, and we holding up just a Jake decoy just to show him there's another turkey up there. And anyway, the closer bird kept coming up, and next thing you know, he's done closed 100 yards, and he's at 50, and he's still coming, and gets out there about 35. And the video is not that great on the shot because he's behind this little berm, and I have to rise up to be able to see over it good so that I won't shoot the ground. And when I do that, I mean, he sticks his head up, and Jordan's like, man, I was doing the best I could. It's just I had to hold the camera up over my head just to get it on video. I hadn't even seen the video, that part yet. But anyway, he said, you see the turkey strut, and you see him come, then he disappears, and you see his head, and then his head goes away with a boom. So after I shoot him, this turkey's flopping a little bit. Then the other bird runs up there and jumps on him and starts beating him up at 35 yards and pecking him in the head. And we're both tagged out. I'm tagged out for the season. Dad's tagged out for the day. And we just go, all right, man. And that bird just sat there for, I don't know, probably 10 minutes just beating up this other turkey. And finally, hey, man, you need to go on. Start talking to him. And he's like, what? Said, yeah, you go on, man. You need to leave my bird alone. And he walks off, comes right back, starts it again. I was like, all right, dude, there's enough of that. And then he finally got that turkey off and get him out of there. And anyway, that's my turkey season in Georgia. It's over with in 3 days.
Which is crazy. You know, you spend all that time trying to get some in range, and then you had to run one off because Georgia made it where you can only shoot one per day.
Well, and 2 per season on top of that. So even if it was the old rules, I could have shot that other turkey and killed my 3 and been done. But now it's 1 per day, 2 per season. So There we are.
And it used to be 3 per season. Shoot them all the same day if you want.
Yeah,
to.
shoot them in one shot instead of just educating turkeys. That's what we're doing. A lot of times when you can't double up or triple up. But that's all right, I guess, if you ensure population, carryover, that's the way to do it. Make sure you can't shoot them. So,
based on the jakes we have, I think we have a lot of population already to carry over.
I hope so. Hope it all stays that way. And they're doing so much timber work on our property right now. I hope it doesn't. They get that done. Everything can settle down and get back to normal. Everything will be good. I mean, good. It's going to help. I mean, timber work always makes property better for the most part, even though like a clear cut's aggravating. It still does good in the long run. You just got to be patient, let it recover. But
when you're the leasee, you get a little frustrated while it's happening sometimes, but in the end, it's actually a better thing.
Yep, 100%. So, well, anyway, dang it, this daggum pollen and dust up here, it's been so dry, it's got me all messed up. But welcome to the South.
Yeah, here I have 2 black vehicles, and my wife has a gray SUV, and all of them are green right now with pollen. So
yeah, no fun. We haven't got any rain to help out in a while, so I think we're going about 3 weeks or without rain. So, yay. And we're in a drought on top of that. So food plots ain't looking good this year, boys.
not right now.
Got to change it up. But anyway, thank y'all for listening to episode 113. That's a turkey season catch up so far, and maybe we'll have some more to report next time around here in the near future.
It ain't gonna be from lack of trying.
That's exactly right. All right, y'all be good out there. Have fun in the woods, and we'll talk to y'all soon.
See y'all.